Why the Chinese will never eat American foods. 1. Westerners are unfamiliar with many Chinese ingredients. Things like ginger, soy sauce, and mushrooms are now common, but they aren't a staple of Westerners' diets. The Chinese also eat lotus pods and fermented beans. 2. The Chinese add fresh or dried spices when cooking. They use spring onion, mint, pepper, garlic, and chilies. Westerners cook with processed spices like pepper powder. The Chinese also don't go overboard with spices. They don't put condiments on the table at restaurants. 3. Westerners cook food in big pieces. They serve it with knives and forks for cutting it up. Chinese dishes have to be prepared in bite-sized portions. Thus, people don't need knives to cut it. They just pick up their food with chopsticks. Chopsticks are ingrained in Chinese culture. It's in part due to the influence of Confucius. Confucius was a vegetarian. He associated knives and forks with violence. Removing them would encourage a more positive experience. Cooking in smaller bites also requires less cooking fuel. 4. Westerners mostly boil, fry, roast, or bake their food. The Chinese use more methods of cooking. Their food is steamed, stewed, sautéed, or braised. They also use a wok for quick frying. The Chinese usually use animal or peanut oil to fry food. Westerners use more butter, sunflower oil, and olive oil. 5. The Chinese have a different approach to meat. They usually don't remove bones from meat. They just cut them and the meat into pieces. In China, fish is cooked whole. Westerners prefer filleted fish. They either have meat with whole bones or no bones. In China, dark meat is preferred over white meat. It's rarely fried. 6. Westerners make salads with fresh vegetables, or they just boil vegetables in water. Serving vegetables raw is not nearly as common in China. They are usually pan-fried, stewed, roasted, or steamed. 7. Westerners love eating cheese and milk. Chinese diets don't contain much dairy at all. One of the reasons is a high level of lactose intolerance. 8. Westerners usually serve overly sweet desserts. Traditional Chinese desserts aren't as sweet. Typically, it will be an egg tart or red bean pastry, or you'll be simply served some fruit and tea. 9. The Chinese enjoy hot tea more often. Drinking tea began in China 5,000 years ago. Since then, there has been a tradition of the tea ceremony. The tea ceremony is meant to enjoy and appreciate the tea. It also strengthens relationships and teaches etiquette. 10. In China, nearly all meals are shared. Westerners love eating meals with friends and family, but more than half of them regularly eat alone. In China, however, eating alone is a cultural taboo. Chinese people usually eat communally. They share their dishes with others. Meanwhile, Westerners prefer individual servings. 11. Chinese traditionally eat at round tables. It's more convenient for sharing dishes with others. The round shape symbolizes unity in China. Westerners eat at square tables. It is more convenient for individual meals, and long tables fit bigger groups.